Welcome to Around the ECHL, brought to you by True by Hilton. Tommy Daniels and my broadcast partner, Maurice Fitzgerald. First of all, hey, crazy weekend, huh? I mean, here we are, 2021, finally, new year. Do you feel any different?
Yeah, about the same so far, but at least the Americans ended on a bad note, but really did turn it around and started off on a very positive note.
Yeah, indeed. It was a good weekend. Taking both games in Wichita on Friday and Saturday. Interestingly enough, and I was a little worried, I got to admit, coming out of that game on New Year's Eve. But hey, you're going to have those games throughout the season. Nothing goes your way. Everything was ending up in the back of our net that night, and Sawchenko bounced back in a big way on Friday and Saturday with two stellar performances.
Oh, he did. He was fantastic. It was just one of those things where everything from top to bottom was going wrong for Allen, and there are games like that. And just like we have games that goes against you, there's games that go your way where all the bounces go your way. So you take the good with the bad, and that's just the way the game goes. And that's why there's a 72 game season to determine a champion.
Well, great start to the year too. Through your first 8 games, 6-2-0, and like I said, back-to-back wins on the road. This weekend, you're only 2 points behind Florida for the most points in the league, tied with Indy. They have 12, we have 12. So, I mean, the start you want, right? I mean, you want to get off to a fast start, especially when you have these American Hockey League players here, because nobody knows how long they're going to be around. These NHL camps are opening. You would think that some of these guys are going to get opportunities to go to the NHL camp, just to see, because every team's going to want to keep free goalies this year, right? I mean, with crazy COVID, at both levels, the American Hockey League and also the NHL.
Absolutely. And, we don't know what's going to go on with the American League teams, if any of them may opt out this year. Don't even know what's going to go on with NHL teams yet. I would assume that they're not going to opt out, but there will be changes throughout the season that are going to happen for all teams. And like I had said before the season started, Semper Gumby is the way that everyone's going to have to be, because everyone's going to have to be always flexible as far as understanding as a fan, the players themselves, the teams, the organizations, everything. Things are going to be completely changing as the season goes on. And this will be the next big step, will be the American League starting back up and the NHL starting back up, and how that changes the complexions for all the teams.
Hey, one of the exciting young rookies, Mo, here in Allen is Joseph Gareffa. Man, is he off to a great start. And, of course, announced today the ECHL Player of the Week. Congrats to him. Great honor for him. A San Jose Sharks product. He's been, to me, I think if you look at this team, and there are a lot of, great parts to this team this year. Mitchin, who's leading the league in goals, heading into, games tomorrow with 7. And Gareffa, who's been just tearing it up. Gareffa is one of those guys. He stands out, right? I mean, he's fast. He makes things happen. I mean, that line, he's on is really playing well.
Yeah, he's a real exciting player to watch. When he touches the puck, everybody's eyes, just immediately are drawn to him. He's got great speed. He's got great moves. He makes things happen. He draws a lot of attention to him in the offensive zone from the defending players, which means that the Americans can capitalize by getting other players open. And he's got really good puck control so far from what I've seen. He maybe gets the puck knocked off his stick, but he is really quick to recover it. And that's a good thing, because then when he draws those players to him, he can feed it off to someone else, and hopefully the Americans can capitalize with the extra man.
Yeah, 3 straight games where he's got a goal and an assist, and it just seems like he's scoring those big goals every night.
Yeah, he does. That's the big key, is big players are able to step up at the right time and score when needed. And he's one of those guys I think we'll be watching throughout the season. Every time there's a big moment, he'll be right there.
Also, Tyler Sheehy very quietly this year has a 7-game point streak. And, if you look, he's right up there amongst the leaders on the team in points. Mitchin obviously has played great. He leads the ECHL in goals with 7, as we just mentioned. But Sawchenko, too. I mean, if you look at, he leads the league in saves. He leads the league. He's tied for the league lead in wins. So I think you're getting everything out of him that you'd hoped, because, again, he's one of those guys. We don't know how long he's going to be here. And I think that's one of the reasons why Marty's been playing him so much is, hey, look, we're going to get as much out of Sawchenko as possible. Obviously, CJ's been down and out a little bit, not feeling well. So hopefully we'll get him back on this Rapid City trip. But it's a good 1-2 combination to have.
Oh, absolutely. He's a solid goaltender. We knew that last year. We're seeing it again this year. And it's great for him to get as much ice time as he can before the American League comes calling. And hopefully, obviously, Allen fans want to see him stay here. But if he gets that call up to the American League, that'll be a great opportunity for him. But if not, hopefully he'll stay here in Allen and continue to be a fantastic backstop for the Americans. But as you were saying about all the goaltending, not only just the goaltending, but the scoring, it's great to see all of that depth that Marty's built really come into fruition here for the Americans.
Anything around the league that surprised you this year?
Not yet so far. I mean, the only thing that surprised me is the amount of teams that have not been able to play. But hopefully, we won't see any fewer teams leaving. We'll see everybody that can play play for the rest of the year, and hopefully, we'll have a full season and a successful season for all teams.
Well, the team that we play this week, Rapid City, they're off to a real tough start, 1-6-0, and you know that. That is really bothering Daniel Tatro. I mean, he's a winner. He played the game as a winner. You know that he's going to get this thing right with Rapid City, and they've had a few issues, obviously, this year as well that kept their players out of the lineup. But to me, maybe that's the surprise because I really expected them to be right up there competing. They got off to that great start last year, and 1-6-0 in bottom of the division. You know that's got to really be eating at Tetsi.
Oh, it definitely is. And, it's just one of those things where I think every team's going to experience that, not just through the ebbs and flow of the normal season, but also the effects of COVID and how that's going to affect the overall complexion of the team. It's one of the things that Rapids really had to battle through, and it's been a tough test for them and him as a coach as well. But once they get through that, I think the team's really going to turn it around because they've already had their bad spot. Now they can turn it back around and have a positive run.
Spencer Asachuk's been out of the lineup now. As a matter of fact, I don't think he's going on the trip to Rapid City. Not 100% sure about that yet. He's been battling an injury that took him out of the game the other night, and then of course he didn't play in the game on Saturday. You miss him when he's out there, and I think the one thing that goes maybe sometimes unnoticed is how good he is taking the draw. And I made that comment the other night late in the game. I said, if 26 was here, he would be out there taking that face off because, 90% of the time you feel like it's going to be a win.
Absolutely. The key to puck possession is winning that face off, whether it's in the offensive zone or defensive zone. It doesn't matter. It's just that you want to have a good, solid defense or centerman that's going to take that puck, take that draw and win the puck. And Spencer's that type of guy. You know that he's going to go out there and win most of the time. And it's just not having him out there. Not only are you missing out that big body in front of the net, but you're missing that key centerman and you're missing the leadership that Spencer brings to the team. But hopefully he'll be back pretty soon and the Americans will be able to benefit from all those.
It's going to be interesting once the NHL gets started here and, divisions are completely different this season. And you wonder how it's going to work. A lot of teams can't play with any fans in the building. I know here in DFW, the Stars are going to play, I believe, in front of limited fans, maybe. But, in Mavericks, the NBA is a different animal this year. The Cowboys are playing in front of a smaller crowd. We're able to get 2,000 in our building right now, but it's definitely going to be a challenge, to keep people safe, right? I think we're doing a pretty good job of that there in Allen, making sure that people are masking up and, social distancing. And, I think if we continue to do this with the vaccine out now, and some people have already taken the vaccine, that hopefully, I know you feel like it might take another year to get this thing completely out of our system, so to speak. But, I think we're starting to turn in the right direction. I'm just glad sports are back. I can't imagine what I would be doing right now if we weren't able to call games.
Yeah, it's been a really tough go, and it's great to see some sense of normalcy coming back, being able to go to the games, and all the professional leagues coming back in, even if they're coming back in with limited crowds allowed in the building. It's great to see that. It'll take a couple of years, I think, for everything to get back to what we've seen, what we're used to in the past. But hopefully that will happen as fast as possible, but most importantly, as safely as possible.
Well, 3 big games coming up this week against Rapid City, of course, tomorrow night. And then also on Friday and Saturday, they will be late start times, 8:05 Central Time. So note that. You'll be up a little bit later, but hopefully we'll get you on one of these road broadcasts soon.
Yeah, and we were just talking about Tessie's team, and definitely want to see them turn around. Just don't want to see them turn it around this week. No offense, Tessie, we love you, but want to see the Americans continue to get some wins and score some points here and move up in the standings and keep themselves higher in the standings, I should say, because as the American League starts back up, we don't know what's going to be happening with all the teams. So you got to get the most out of what you have on hand at every given night.
Well, as always, Maurice, we appreciate this. We go around the ECHL every Tuesday, and like your little background there. Eventually, one of these days, I'm going to upgrade and be able to join you in that beautiful little background that you have designed. Unfortunately, my old computer just not compatible. But thanks, buddy. As always, appreciate you doing this, and we will see you back in Allen for games on the 15th, 16th, and 17th.
Sounds good. Have a good week.
All right, Maurice Fitzgerald, Tommy Daniels, as we go around the ECHL.